Vanakkam, Vandanam, Namaste, Namaskar, good evening, Sat Sri Akal, and welcome to Postmortem with Bala Nagendra, and enlightenment begins here. Dear all, you are listening to Radio Udaan, a flight of life. This is Bala Nagendra, live from Chennai, has come with an impartial analysis tonight, 8 to 9 p.m., 60 minutes of enlightenment on Postmortem, where we are going to dissect and blow the biggest issues into pieces to find the hidden secrets behind the curtains. As a part of this Thursday thunderous journey, we have been enveloping the issues across numerous spheres. In that sense, today we are going to talk about an important technology that's going to envelop and that has been enveloping not only India but the world. In fact, the entire world is keeping an eye on this. It is with utmost clarity that we have come with information. Postmortem bothers of neutrality, clarity. In fact, it is not bothers, it upholds the sovereignty of its core purpose, that is being neutral and as well as providing clarity of information. And thus, here I come with another impartial analysis, a 360-degree envelope. Postmortem enlightenment begins only on Radio Udaan, a flight of life. So stay tuned to Radio Udaan, keep listening to Radio Udaan, enjoy Radio Udaan, your flight of life. Go to www.radioudaan.com to make a flight of life. Radio Udaan to be the better flight than ever. Contribute by means of feedback. For example, if you are listening to Radio Udaan, and if you are listening to me right now, your most enlightening show, Postmortem, and after 9 o'clock, you can go to www.radioudaan.com. I repeat, radioudaan.com to submit feedback. Select the show Postmortem with Bala Nagendran and rate the show according to your choices. Excellent, very good, good, okay, poor will be the choices in front of you. What do you feel about the content? What do you feel about the information shared, and what do you feel about the quality of presentations? We'll choose what will be the progress of Postmortem. Your feedback is the key to open the door of success of Radio Udaan, a flight of life. Apart from that, you can get numerous things on our website, www.radioudaan.com. For instance, you can download the playlist to listen Radio Udaan on your PC or on your laptop if you want to listen Radio Udaan and enjoy its musical extravaganza. You can also follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/Radio Udaan will take you to our official page and group where you can post your valid comments, thoughts, ideas, and suggestions to make your flight of life the better flight. You can make your flight a pleasant one through following us on Twitter at Radio Udaan. If you want to know the day-to-day operations of Radio Udaan, go to twitter.com and find at RADIOUDAAN. Most importantly, if you want to incline to us in a smart way, we are on smartphone. Go to Google Play Store and download Radio Udaan app. Radio Udaan Android app will make you feel Radio Udaan's 4 hours of entertaining shows, 4 hours of its rebroadcast, and 16 hours of mellifluous musical extravaganza that kiss your eardrums with your cool and sullied breeze of songs. And that's the bottom line, because Radio Udaan steps up. If you want to listen to your favorite shows that were on air in the past, you have 2 ways, not 1 but 2. One is by means of requesting archive on www.radioudaan.com. You will be sent your favorite show. You can listen when and wherever you want. But apart from that, if you don't want to add data to your personal cards, and if still you want to listen Radio Udaan, for that we have come with YouTube. Yes, we are on YouTube as well. Go to youtube.com and subscribe to our channel Radio Udaan and listen to your favorite shows that were on air in the past. You can also interact with RJ. For example, if you want to interact with me right now, I am on Skype. Skype ID is Radio Udaan, RADIOUDAAN. I'm on Skype now. Text me. I would be glad to interact. Post the content with your name. I would be glad to read your name and content on air as well. We regret the inevitable technical difficulties, and now things are fine. We are back to the business of post-mortem. Enlightenment begins here. Today we have come with the dissection of what is happening on the ground reality. Today something has happened in India, and the issue that we are going to take covers all these. At the midnight of August 14, 15, 1947, two nations have been carved. One turned out to be the world's largest democracy, named the Republic of India. Since then, every elite country, the so-called developed world, the so-called self-proclaimed civilized nations, have been drawing the red line on the calendar, declaring that India would collapse on this day. India is closing towards its doomsday. Even many have been planning for its doomsday. There's a doomsday conspiracy to tarnish India. But still, India stands in unison in achieving, attracting, attaining its desired objectives. None have expected that India would have self-sufficiency in number of fields. None have even dreamt that India would send its satellite to the red planet, that too in her maiden attempt. None have hitherto been dared to say that India will be one of the elites. But India is the elite. Even today, when you look into the papers of the news, or when you watch any television, there will be a flash news. INSAT F-105 or INSAT F-05 has launched the satellite into the intended orbit. INSAT 3DR has been launched into the orbit today evening. That's what we are going to talk. We are not going to talk about INSAT 3DR, but the father behind those 3Ds. We are going to talk about Indian Space Research Organization. Various informations you might not have come across. That's what the purpose of postmortem. Today, ISRO. We are going to dissect ISRO, and we are going to know what has happened, what is happening, what's gonna happen. Many told that lunar expedition. Wow, that's a wonderful dream, but you must be kidding, India. But in the year 2008, 2009, India was kidding on everybody by sending its Chandrayaan mission, which has found for the first time in the history of space there is a possibility of water in the moon. So India's lunar exhibition has brought laurels. Since 2010, India maintaining its winning streak in space launches. Foreigners have begun to to penetrate into India for space launch. India now has its own navigation system. These all have been from the very first step that took place in the 1960s. But if we have to trace the footprints back to the sands of time, it has started as soon as India attained independence. So what happened? What made India transform? And what has transpired with the launch of this INSAT 3DR? How it is going to be making India to stand in one of the elite space agencies. We'll tell you everything on Radio Udaan, only on your most enlightening show, Post Mortem. Stay tuned. This is Bala Nagendran has come with ISRO in hand.
यार सुमित, एक बात पूछूं?
हाँ पूछो।
तुम्हारे सारे फ्रेंड्स स्टिक यूज करते हैं, पर तुम क्यों नहीं करते?
यार मुझे स्टिक के साथ चलना बहुत अटपटा लगता है और लुक भी तो बिगड़ जाती है ना अपनी।
अच्छा, मुझे तो ऐसा बिल्कुल नहीं लगता। तुम 1 मिनट यहीं रुको, मैं जरा अपनी इंस्टॉलमेंट पे करके आती हूँ और कहीं जाना मत यहाँ से।
ठीक है। हेलो श्रेया।
हाँ सुमित।
यार कितना समय हो गया, कहाँ हो तुम?
माय गॉड, आई एम सो सॉरी सुमित। मुझे मेरी एक फ्रेंड मिल गई और मैं उसके साथ निकल गई। मैं भूल ही गई थी कि तुम मेरे साथ थे।
काश कि आपने सही समय पर केन का इस्तेमाल सीख लिया होता तो आज हालात ऐसे न होते। इसीलिए दोस्तों कीजिए केन से दोस्ती, क्योंकि नो केन नो गेन।
ओम मंगलम भगवान विष्णु मंगलम गरुध्वजा।
भक्तजनों, इस मोह माया से भरे संसार में ना जाने कितनी ही दिक्कतें एवं परेशानियों ने सबको फुलटू फंसा रखा है और दुनियादारी में टोटली उलझा रखा है। परंतु चिंता का कोई विषय नहीं है प्रिय भक्तों, क्योंकि इन दिक्कतों से कुछ ना होता। देवी डिम्पल लेकर आ रही हैं इन सारी समस्याओं का समाधान। तो अब से एवरी फ्राइडे 8 to 9 PM सोशल कीड़े सर चढ़ के बोलेंगे In all is well with RJ Dimple on your favorite Radio Udaan, a flight of life.
लो आ गई नई आजादी।
मगर बताओ तो सही, कौन सी है ये नई आजादी?
ये आजादी है हमें और भी करीब से सुनने की।
वो कैसे?
वो ऐसे कि अब आप हमें सुन सकते हो हमारे ऑफिशियली एंड्रॉइड ऐप के माध्यम से, जो कि अवेलेबल है गूगल प्ले स्टोर पर।
तो आज ही डाउनलोड करें रेडियो उड़ान का ऑफिशियल ऐप और आनंद लें एक नई आजादी का। रेडियो उड़ान, अ फ्लाइट ऑफ लाइफ।
न फिक्र करो बीते लम्हों की कि कल का सूरज निकलना बाकी है। मिल जाएंगी मंजिलें आपको हमेशा कि आपके हौसलों की उड़ान बाकी है। सुनते रहिए रेडियो उड़ान, द फ्लाइट ऑफ लाइफ।
Indian Space Research Organization established in the year 1969. But, as I've said in the past, if we have to trace the footprints of Indian space research, At least we have to go to 1962. In the year 1962, at the Tumba Equatorial Research Launching, TERL, located in Kerala, has been the site for INCOSPAR, Indian Space Community and Research. In that sense, in the year 1962, there was a place in Kerala called Tumba has been chosen where people have begun to work for what we have been dreaming today. Never forget the former President of India and the everlasting People's President, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, has been serving there for 20 years. Before, he has been put into the project director of building SLV, which has happened to be the first launching vehicle of the country. Thus, in the year 1962, the Tumba Equatorial Research Launching Station has been chosen. There is a reason behind why Tumba, Kerala, has been chosen. The geomagnetic equator passes through Tumba, and which would help the satellite launching to be feasible, to be placed at the low Earth orbit. Remember, at that time India was not equipped enough to dream for lunar, solar, or even Mars mission. Thus, the place has been chosen where the rockets have been launched with low altitude capabilities. In that sense, in the year 1963, a satellite procured from the United States of America named Nike Apache was the first satellite launched by India ever. If we go by ISRO, it is Aryabhatta. But if we go by Indian space, that is Nike Apache. And that's how the ISRO's lines have been set. Dr. Vikram Sarabhai, the father of Indian space, happened to be the director of INCOSPAR. And he was the first director of Indian Space Research Organization. On his demise, Vikram Sarabhai Space Center has been established where the satellites are built, that is located in Bangalore. Things have started. None have dreamt that India would launch its marketing wing through antrics. None have thought that India would be having numerous facilitating centers, including Students Education Center through Indian Institute of Space Science, IISC, in Kerala. That's how India has grown. And today, the GSLV F-05 has launched INSAT 3DR into the orbit, shows what India is capable of. And before that, through IRNSS, India has drawn its own navigation tool. Now it does not have to depend upon GPS, GLONASS, Beidou, and so forth. Thus, India, in its space, has established a space for itself. Many spacecraft missions, approximately 85, many launchings, many successes, without barring stunning failures, are the repertoire of Indian space. We have to go through step by step. As we are standing in Tumba, eyeing at the future of India, India slowly went on to pursue its goal through establishment of Indian Space Research Organization in the year 1969. It went on to function as the senior competent authority in developing India's space and research. And the motto, I quote, harnessing space technology for humanity. In the year 1972, Department of Space was established, and thus the Indian Space Research Organization kept under the purview of the Department of Space, which is directly controlled and governed under the aegis and the head of the Prime Minister of India. Well, we have slowly moved to 1972, and thus begins India's vibrant journey to space. We'll tell you more in the next link. Stay tuned to Radio Udaan, a flight of life. This is Postmortem, when enlightenment begins here.
कभी तड़प, कभी तन्हाई, कभी बेबसी, तो कभी इंतजार।
ये मर्जी क्या खूब है ना, जिसे
मोहब्बत कहते हैं। तो मामला हो टूटे दिल का, या आपको आपके अपने ही कर रहे हो नजरअंदाज,
क्योंकि स्नेहा के पास है
इन सब
का इलाज।
अब से हर शनिवार रात 8 से 9 नजर आएंगे प्यार के कुछ नए रंग इन नजराना प्यार का। मेरा अजय स्नेहा ओनली ऑन रेडियो ऑफ फ्लाइट ऑफ लाइफ।
नैब इंडिया यानी नेशनल एसोसिएशन फॉर द ब्लाइंड इंडिया की सबसे पुरानी संस्था है, जहां दृष्टिहीनों के लिए शिक्षा, रोजगार और पुनर्वसन की सेवा दी जाती है।
नैब इंडिया पर संपर्क करने के लिए हमें ईमेल करें hsg@nabindia.info पर। आप हमें कॉल भी कर सकते हैं। हमारा नंबर है 02266838637।
In this world of negativity and worries, now let us grab some positivity in the show Inspirational Wings Season 3 with RJ Divya Sharma. Every Tuesday 9 to 10 p.m. and repeat every Wednesday 4 to 5 p.m. only on Radio Udaan, a flight of life. Stay positive, stay happy, stay healthy.
नमस्कार, सिल्वर लाइनिंग से प्रीति मोंगा बोल रही हूँ। हम लोग डिसेबल्ड लोगों को जॉब्स दिलाने का काम करते हैं। जो लोग जॉब्स में इंटरेस्टेड हैं वो हमें अपना सीवी या बायोडेटा इस ईमेल आईडी में भेज दें preeti.monga@gmail.com। जल्द से जल्द आप अपना डिटेल्स हमें भेजें और हमारा फोन नंबर है 09871701646। धन्यवाद।
You are listening to Radio Udaan, a flight of life. For more information, log on to www.radioudaan.com. Happy listening.
Well, after 1962, special budget allocations, things have been made. Even this time, we may say that India is spending for satellites more than its people, but it would be highly fundamentalistic if we analyze the budgetary allocation to Indian space and research. It is only 0.08% of the total budget allocation and the GDP. That's very, very poor. In fact, India's total allocation since 1970 to in the beginning years of 2000s is only the half of NASA's annual budget. So we can imagine the reason behind why NASA is at its peak in terms of its space expedition and why we have been following its footsteps. There is a possibility that the day will come where India would be dictating its space legacy to the rest of the world. But with bitter reality, it is far from now. Well, moving on to that. At that time, that is in the 70s, India has no indigenous space launcher. Even the Satish Dhawan Space Center hasn't been completely equipped to launch the satellites, and thus India's friend USSR came forward to assist India for its maiden launch under the aegis of Indian Space Research Organization, and thus in the year 1975, Aryabhatta was the first satellite to sear through the air to reach the orbit and launch India in front of the eyes of the developing and developed nations as the growing competitor. None have dreamt even at that time, the developed world, that India would be standing with them in the span of 4 decades. But that's what happened. Those who fail to learn from the history are doomed to repeat it. India has taught the lesson to the rest of the world. And then, after launching its Aryabhatta, in the year 1977, its first sounding satellite has been launched, that is RH-77. RH-77, in the year 1977, was the first satellite. I beg your pardon, RH-75. RH stands for Rohini and 75 stands for the diameter of the satellite. And periods have passed, scenario have been changed. In the year 1979, the period has come where India built its first indigenous own space launcher, and in the year 1980, it has launched its first sounding satellite through its indigenous maiden launching vehicle named SLV-3. Satellite Launching Vehicle stands for SLV, and SLV-3 happened to be the first one of its kind. We have ASLV, PSLV, GSLV, and now we are looking forward to GSLV Mark III. We are going to show you what all this meant for. What is this SLV? SLV is a two-stage solid propellant. Propellant is the one that helps in fueling and making the rocket to have the thrust to tear the atmosphere and enter into its orbit. In that sense, SLV in the year 1987 onwards, it was ASLV has been launched, and in the meantime, in the year 90s and 94s, PSLV came into being, GSLV in the 21st century. What is a sounding satellite or a sound satellite? Will it make sound while flying? Come on. There is a thing called atmospheric study. To have the atmospheric study, we have to launch the satellites. The satellite that helps to absorb information that we could never absorb by our eyes or by our brain, as the places are barred from human, and thus those were called the sounding satellites. Now India has 2 satellite launching systems named INSAT series, known for communication, telecommunication, internet, radio, and so forth. And the other one is for remote sensing that tags for strategic purpose, resource monitoring, and resource identification processes. Remote sensing and INSAT are the two broad systems under which the satellites are classified. The communication satellites, in that sense, what has been launched today is a part of communication satellite because it is an INSAT series. Well, from 80 to 84, India has had 4 expeditions with SLV-3. 2 of them happened to be grand success. And in the year 1987, the ASLV, the Augmented Satellite Launching Vehicle, ASLV, is a little advanced version of SLV. It is a 3-stage solid propellant. And in that sense, 4 space missions took place in 1988, 1989, 1992 and 1994 respectively, out of which 2 were grand success. Totally, including today's INSAT launch, India has took part in approximately 135 space missions, out of which more than 85 were grand success. When we focus from ASLV to PSLV, Polar Satellite Launching Vehicle, PSLV happened to be one of the highly equipped, energetic, high-powered space launcher. This is where the stages have been turned from solid to liquid. Perhaps the 3 stages will contain 2 stages of liquid propellant and 1 stages of solid propellant. In the liquid propellant, they will have liquefied nitrogen, liquefied hydrogen and liquefied oxygen. Liquefied hydrogen and liquefied oxygen will help the oxidization and thus it will help the thrust. The 3rd stage is an important one, and that's where the solid propellant is used. PSLV helps to launch the satellites up to 2 tons. In fact, its exact carrying capacity is around 1.4 tons. 400 kgs to 1.4 tons are the carrying capacity of PSLV. India's PSLV missions are the grand success since 2010. It owes 0 failures. Even in the year 2000 onwards, India's all PSLV missions have happened to be a grand success. As of now, India has achieved 26 successful PSLV mission and 4 drawbacks only. Today's mission was GSLV, Geosynchronized Satellite Launching Vehicle. GSLV mission is the dream of India because GSLV was the one that make India to toil to get the technology transferred because there were sanctions against India. We'll tell you more about that in the coming links only on Radio Udaan, a flight of life. Today we are dissecting Indian Space Research Organization. As we have seen PSLV, it's time for us to know GSLV, GSLV Mark III and Scramjet. Scramjet, the one that made India to stand as the 4th country in the world to have chosen to have this engine without the capabilities of liquefied oxygen. Then how can it act as a thruster? That's what the secret behind the building of Scramjet. And apart from that, we are also going to talk about the cryogenic technology under which India is pursuing its illustrious record. We'll tell you more in the coming links only on Radio Udaan, Flight of Life. You're listening to Postmortem and this is Balana Kedra.
यार ब्लाइंड होने का एक प्रॉब्लम है, मन करता है अच्छे अच्छे रेस्टोरेंट्स में जाऊं और नई नई डिश ट्राई करूं, पर मेन्यू ही नहीं पढ़ पाता।
हाँ, और वेटर से पूरा मेन्यू तो नहीं पढ़वा सकते और हर आइटम की प्राइस पूछते हुए शर्म आती है।
जानती हो, ये प्रॉब्लम लो विजन वालों और सीनियर सिटीजन्स को भी आती है। रेस्टोरेंट्स में लाइटिंग भी तो बहुत कम होती है ना।
कभी कभी सोचती हूँ कि घर से खाना ऑर्डर कर दूं, लेकिन आसपास के रेस्टोरेंट पता करना और उनकी मेन्यू जानना कितना मुश्किल है। कोई इसके लिए कुछ करता क्यों नहीं?
उन सब लोगों के लिए जिनको रेस्टोरेंट मेन्यू पढ़ने में दिक्कत होती है, इंडिया का पहला एक्सेसिबल रेस्टोरेंट फाइंडर एंड मेन्यू रीडिंग ऐप गुड फूड टॉक्स लॉन्च हो गया है। अब अपने मोबाइल, टैबलेट या कंप्यूटर पे कभी भी कहीं भी आप अपने आसपास के रेस्टोरेंट का नाम, एड्रेस, फोन नंबर और मेन्यू आसानी से पढ़ सकते हैं। बस गुड फूड टॉक्स ऐप एंड्रॉइड प्ले स्टोर से डाउनलोड करें। अपने कंप्यूटर या आईफोन पर www.goodfoodtalks.in that is goodfoodtalks.in खोलें और एंजॉय करें।
अरे वाह, मजा आ गया। देखो तो पास में कौन कौन से रेस्टोरेंट्स हैं।
हमारी जिंदगी को और भी खूबसूरत बनाता है PYR यानी कि प्यार।
मेरी लाइफ में सिर्फ दो चीज है, प्यार 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 या मार मार मार।
करिए अपने प्यार का इजहार एक अनोखे तरीके से। शेयर करिए अपने प्यार की कहानी विद मेरी जुबानी। अपने प्यारी सी लव स्टोरी को शेयर करने के लिए आप हमें मेल कर सकते हैं PWOPATEL55@gmail.com पर, या फिर लॉग इन कीजिए www.radioudan.com। सुनते रहिए, जिंदगी खूबसूरत है विद आरजे धड़कन ऑन योर रेडियो उड़ान, अ फ्लाइट ऑफ लाइफ।
बदलता दो, जहां हम पहुंचाएंगे आपकी आवाज सरकार तक। बदलता दो, जो देता है आपको जानकारी अपनी कम्युनिटी में होने वाले तमाम इंसिडेंट्स। सुनते रहिए बदलता दो डिस्कशन रेडियो उड़ान पर हर रविवार रात को 9 से 10 और सोमवार 4 से 5 सिर्फ और सिर्फ रेडियो उड़ान पर।
एक मंच जहां मिलती है महत्वपूर्ण जानकारियां।
सवाल हो और जवाब दूं।
एक मंच जहां होते हैं हंसी और ठहाके।
वाह। एक मंच जहां होती हैं चर्चाएं।
दूसरी वाली आपको नहीं समर्पित करूंगा।
नहीं कीजिए,
बड़े स्पोर्टिंग। आप पहले सुन लीजिए, उसके बाद कहिएगा आपको चाहिए समर्पण कि नहीं चाहिए।
एक मंच जहां मिलेगा लोकप्रिय संगीत।
और इन सब के बीच एक ऐसा मंच जहां मिलता है सब कुछ। लॉग ऑन कीजिए www.radioudan.com और जुड़ जाइए हमारे साथ।
GSLV, Geosynchronized Satellite Launch Vehicle. It is capable of carrying heavyweight satellites. It can cross even up to 2 to 2.5 tons. But there are satellites that weigh more than that, including 4 tons of satellites that has to be launched. And that's where India is on pursuit. But as of now, GSLV mission happened to be one of the troubled waters where India is fishing now. Because India was about to get its cryogenic technology. Cryogenic in the sense, keeping the fuel cooler under the 0 degrees. Minus 180 degrees is what the cooler point of the liquefied hydrogen. The liquefied hydrogen coupled with liquefied oxygen as a thruster, oxidizer, will help the vehicle to have its velocity. GSLV has to have higher velocity and capabilities, and thus India was searching for the technology transfer from Russia. But the United States has come in between to topple India's cryogenic technology and thus hampered India's GSLV pursuit. In the year 1999, India has done its second nuclear test. And thus, it has created panic among the international community. Those who have atomized the nation without mercy have begun to voice like saviors. America has started first and demanded India to sign the Comprehensive Test Ban Treaty, and also didn't left Pakistan to roam scot-free, as both the countries tested in the same year to show their capabilities. To make the countries obey the orders of the United States, which has been placed in the name of international order, it has launched economic sanctions, strategic sanctions, and put an end on space technology transfer. And thus, it has even hampered Russia from selling its cryogenic technology. The Indian space scientists haven't given up. Their relentless pursuit to acquire the technology has made India to have its third GSLV successful mission today. India has developed its own cryogenic technology. India has excelled its cryogenic capabilities, and India has been looking forward to build the zero-error cryogenic GSLV by learning from its own mistake. It is similar to extracting current from your own garbage. Well, then what is this GSLV Mark III? GSLV Mark III or GSLV Mk3 is the heavyweight launch vehicle. That is of India's heavyweight launch, if it is commissioned. It can carry the satellites up to 4 tons and more than that. And thus, India can have its lunar mission, the second Chandrayaan, or even man-to-moon mission, which has been expected to happen in the year 2013. And also, India is planning for its solar mission in the year 2016. As far as today is concerned, the government of India yet to approve its first 10 years of research towards solar mission. India's aim is to read the radius of the sun, and thus India has to have its solar mission, which could happen in 20 to 25 years from now if it is approved this year. So we have seen GSLV Mark III, and there are 3 important aspects. What about Antrix? What the marketing facilities that Antrix do? What about the foreign satellites? How far India has succeeded? Well, that's where the 100% winning streak. And what about scramjet? What about reusable launch vehicle, technologically demonstrated one, RLVTD? We'll tell you everything in the next link on Radio Udaan, A Flight of Life. You're listening to Postmortem. Enlightenment begins with Bala Nagendran.
रेडियो उड़ान सुन रहे सभी मित्रों को मेरा प्यार भरा नमस्कार। मेरा नाम मधु सिंघल है। मैं बेंगलोर में कार्यरत संस्था मित्र ज्योति, जो पिछले 25 वर्षों से दृष्टिहीनों एवं दूसरे विकलांग व्यक्तियों के लिए कार्यरत है, उसकी मैनेजिंग ट्रस्टी हूँ। इस संस्था की गतिविधियाँ इस प्रकार हैं। यहाँ पर दृष्टिहीनों के लिए ऑडियो में पुस्तकें रिकॉर्ड की जाती हैं। इसके साथ साथ ब्रेल में और स्कैन्ड पुस्तकें भी उनको दी जा रही हैं। कंप्यूटर प्रशिक्षण और रोजगार की सुविधाएं भी यहाँ प्रदान की जा रही हैं। दृष्टिहीन महिलाओं के लिए एक विशेष प्रकार का कोर्स चलाया जाता है जिसमें उन्हें आत्मनिर्भर बनकर जीवन में आगे बढ़ने की क्षमता प्रदान की जा रही है। आप मित्र ज्योति से संपर्क कर सकते हैं। यहाँ का फोन नंबर है 08022587623 और 22587625। ईमेल एड्रेस है admin.office@mitrajyoti.org। वेबसाइट है www.mitrajyoti.org।
आलू है, गोभी है, मटर, टमाटर। आलू है, गोभी है, मटर, टमाटर बाबूजी एकदम बढ़िया ताजा है। सेब है एकदम मीठा सेब बाबूजी, एकदम मीठा सेब ले लो। अरे बाबूजी सेब ले लो, सेब एकदम मीठे हैं, बढ़िया एकदम ले लो बाबूजी।
अरे भैया ये सेब का भाव दिए?
अरे बाबूजी ले लो, 120 रुपए किलो हैं। अच्छे हैं? अरे एकदम बढ़िया बाबूजी, कश्मीरी सेब हैं। अच्छा अच्छा, 2 किलो दे दो। दे रहे हैं बाबूजी वहीं। ले बाबूजी। अरे रे रे, 1 मिनट, तुम इन्हें पॉलीथीन में क्यों पैक कर रहे हो? ये बहुत खतरनाक होती है, क्या तुम्हें पता नहीं है? बाबूजी ये कैसे? देखो, जब हम इन पन्नियों का यूज करते हैं तो इसमें रखा सामान खाने योग्य नहीं होता। दूसरा, जब हम इसे फेंकते हैं तो पशु पक्षियों के लिए भी खतरनाक साबित होता है। पानी में डालें तो पानी को भी दूषित करता है और साथ ही साथ हमारी नन्ही नन्ही मछलियां इसमें फंस जाती हैं, जिससे उनका दम घुट जाता है। या फिर हम इन पॉलीथीन बैग्स को जलाएं तो उससे निकलने वाली गैस जैसे कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड से हमारी स्वच्छ वायु दूषित हो जाती है। तो ऐसी खतरनाक चीज का हम उपयोग क्यों करें भला? सही कहा बाबूजी आपने। अब हम कबहू ना प्लास्टिक का थैला इस्तेमाल करीब। अब तो हम हमेशा कपड़े का थैला इस्तेमाल करीब और पन्नी का भी इस्तेमाल नहीं करीब। दोस्तों ये तो समझ गए, और आप नहीं समझे तो समझ जाइए।
रेडियो उड़ान द्वारा जनहित में जारी।
Visit on www.radioudan.com।
वॉइस फॉर ब्लाइंड क्लब में आप सभी का स्वागत है। क्लब का उद्देश्य है शिक्षा के माध्यम से आपको आत्मनिर्भर बनाना, रिकॉर्डिंग एंड स्क्राइब की प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्व करना। भारत के कई शहरों में वॉइस फॉर ब्लाइंड क्लब के सदस्य अपनी सेवाएं देना चाहते हैं। क्लब से कांटेक्ट करने के लिए मेल आईडी है voiceforblind voiceforblind@gmail.com। मोबाइल नंबर 9410480858। मैं अनीता शर्मा एंड मेरे क्लब मेंबर रिकॉर्डिंग एंड स्क्राइब की आवश्यकता को पूरा करने का हर संभव प्रयास करेंगे। अधिक जानकारी के लिए आप हमें मेल कर सकते हैं। थैंक यू सो मच।
बैरियर ब्रेक पेश करता है नया ऐप न्यूज हुक।
न्यूज हुक एक ऐसा ऐप है जिसे विशेष तौर पर विकलांगजनों और सीनियर सिटीजन के लिए एक्सेसिबल बनाया गया है।
ये ऐप टॉकबैक के साथ पूरी तरह कंपैटिबल है और इसमें खबरों के लिए साधारण इंग्लिश का इस्तेमाल किया जाता है। तो आज ही अपने एंड्रॉइड प्ले स्टोर पर जाइए और टाइप कीजिए NEWZHOOK, डाउनलोड कीजिए और एंजॉय कीजिए न्यूज हुक। न्यूज हुक के साथ खबरें पढ़ते रहिए और एंजॉय करते रहिए। न्यूज हुक, अ ट्रेजर ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन।
प्रतिभा की पहचान,
प्रज्ञा की मुस्कान,
सबलांगों का साथी, ये है रेडियो उड़ान।
रेडियो उड़ान के प्रोग्राम्स की जानकारी के लिए, शोज में पार्टिसिपेट करने के लिए, किसी भी शो को फीडबैक देने के लिए, आर्काइव रिक्वेस्ट करने के लिए, आरजे बनने के लिए और अपने फेवरेट आरजेस की प्रोफाइल्स पढ़ने के लिए लॉग ऑन करें www.radioudan.com। स्काइप आईडी रेडियो उड़ान, ईमेल mail@radioudan.com। रेडियो उड़ान, अ फ्लाइट ऑफ लाइफ।
Welcome to the last segment of today's Postmortem, where we are dissecting Indian Space Research Organization on Radio Udaan of Light of Life. This is your Balanagandran is providing you the impartial analysis. Well, we have started from 1962, and now we are standing here. What is this scramjet? Scramjet is an engine that uses a unique feature. That's why India, after testing that engine for 6 seconds, became the 4th country in the world to possess that technology. Although the process to commission the highly built, completely equipped scramjet to take a decade from now, it is clear that India has started its journey. Scramjet uses the oxygen from the atmosphere as an oxidizer and thus helps in thrusting the engine. Usually, as I've said, in the stages of propellants, liquefied hydrogen and liquefied oxygen will be kept, where liquefied oxygen will make the engines to absorb the oxygen to act as an oxidizer and thus facilitating the thrust. To reduce the space occupied by the liquefied oxygen in order to make the satellites launching more fast, sharp and strong, to increase the velocity, scramjet, a form of atmospheric oxygen observator, has been built. This will help in reducing the cost as well as reducing the load and thus increasing velocity. Scramjet absorbs the oxygen in the atmosphere and oxidizes in itself by helping the liquefied hydrogen to facilitate the thrust. On August 28, 2016, India became the 4th nation after testing the scramjet for 6 seconds. Then what is this reusable launch vehicles? Reusable launch vehicles is the one that after launching the satellites into orbit, it comes back and lands safely so that it can be reused for several launches. It reduces India's cost 15 times of what it spends now in space launchings. Because usually, after launching the satellites into the orbit, the vehicles turns useless and thus made to explode into the sea. This time, if the reusable launch vehicle is built, it will help India to have the vehicle to launch the satellites into the orbit and land safely on the launching pad again like a bird. Even it looked like an aeroplane. Thus, it goes, launches the satellites and returns back to India. It would surely reduce the cost and thus it would help India to invest in more space research. And thus here comes the Antrix. Antrix, a marketing wing of Indian Space Research Organization, helped India to equip the foreign launches. Remember, in the year 1963, India procured a satellite from America named Nike Apache. And never forget that the first satellite of Indian Space Research Organization was launched by Russia at the then USSR in the year 1975. Thus, India also following the same. India is helping the countries, those who want to pursue their space research by launching their satellites. India earns tons of profit. As far as the update is concerned, since January to July, India has earned 1,500 crores through foreign satellite launches. It has surpassed the entire profit earned in the year 2015. That was 1,400 crores. In the year 1999, India started its very first foreign assistance. Antrix helped the satellites of Germany and Republic of Korea to be launched on 26 May 1999. And thus India entered as a pioneer and a guide to the nations that want to excel in space research. Since then, till date, India has launched 74 foreign satellites, and all the space missions towards that foreign satellites have happened to be a grand success. That's where India holds 100% winning streak. In the meantime, the last space launch contained 20 satellites. 20 of them were happened to be of foreign. 20 satellites have been launched. Nowadays, India has space customers ranging from Singapore, Germany, Canada, Australia, even sometimes France, Algeria, Bulgaria, and so forth. Bulgaria happened to be one of the closest ally in terms of India's space research. India has various facilitation centers ranging from space launch to research and development, but still India pursues to be the big brother of the globe, and without a doubt that is no far from achieving. If India goes in this immaculate speed with a winning streak, nothing's gonna stop the world's largest democracy to be the world's largest space holder. Already India holds the goodwill as the world's largest remote sensing constellation holder. The remote sensing satellites that a country has, among which India has the largest. With that glorious note, it's time for me to end today's post-mortem and wish the scientists of Indian Space Research Organization the very best in all their endeavors. You all make all of us feel proud to be Indians. On behalf of Postmortem, we extend our heartfelt best wishes for the grand successful launch of INSPIRE 3DR. I'll meet you next Thursday to 9 p.m. with another impartial analysis on your most enlightening show, Postmortem. And on Sunday, I'll come at 8 to 9 p.m. with more information on your most informative show, World This Week. Now it's time for us to sit together and listen. Tech City, followed by Dil Se Dil Tak. Take care of yourself. If possible, take care of others. Good night. Buenas noches. Vanakkam.